God says, today is the day that will change something very deep inside you, something you've been waiting for silently, aching for, praying for, and yet, you had no idea that heaven had already marked this date for your divine breakthrough. This is not just any ordinary day. Today, July 8th, is the divine timeline you didn't expect but heaven had always prepared. You are about to hear good news, not just because of coincidence, not just because of your efforts, but because your last prayer, your last broken whisper, your last act of faith moved something massive in the spiritual realm. And now Archangel Michael has descended with urgency in his voice, thunder in his wings, and tears in his eyes, commanding you, I order you to open this right now. Do not take this lightly. What you're about to read is not just words, not just a message, not just another divine update. This is a lifeline being thrown into your destiny. This is your turning point disguised as text, wrapped in divine fire, and soaked in heaven's tears. This is not optional. If you delay, you might miss the very moment heaven has aligned for you. If you ignore, you might never know how close you were to your next miracle. Archangel Michael is not speaking in riddles today. His sword is drawn not to strike you but to protect you, to cut the cords that have been choking your blessings, and to shatter the lies that have imprisoned your mind for far too long. Today, something has been authorized in heaven. A name was called, your name. Not just a name among many, but your name was thundered in the divine court of the Most High. And the moment your name was spoken, something shifted. There was a collective silence in the heavenly realm. Angels paused. Light flickered. Records were opened. Scrolls were unsealed. And then God said, because of their last act of obedience, I will now give them what was hidden. Because of their last suffering, I will now release what was locked. You have suffered silently for things no one ever acknowledged. You have loved people who betrayed you. You have forgiven those who stabbed you repeatedly. You have shown up for those who never once showed up for you. And yet, you stayed faithful, not to people, but to the divine voice whispering inside your soul, saying, keep going. And heaven noticed. God saw every tear that you wiped away so no one would see. He heard every suppressed scream in your pillow. He heard every unspoken cry that never left your lips but shattered your heart inside. And now he says, enough. Now it's my turn. You've asked, God, have you forgotten me? And the answer comes like lightning, no. Never. Not once. Your name is still carved on the palm of my hand. Your voice is still registered in the chambers of heaven. Your destiny was never denied, it was delayed to be made better. But today, yes, today, Archangel Michael has come to confirm it, the delay is over. The doors are opening. And the good news you've been aching to hear is coming toward you like a flood you can't stop. There is someone watching you right now. Not in secret, not with envy, but with divine instruction. A person has been assigned by God Himself to enter your life with an offer, a breakthrough, a conversation that will reroute your path. This person does not even fully know the depth of why they feel drawn to you, why they can't stop thinking of you, why they keep dreaming about you. But the reason is simple: they are your divine connection. And they were blocked until today. And now, the gates are open. The signal is clear. The assignment is active. They are coming. But there is also another side. Archangel Michael says there's a person who tried to block this miracle. A person who, out of fear or jealousy or spiritual manipulation, spoke curses over your name. They prayed not for you, but against you. They didn't want you to succeed because your success would expose their lies. But today, heaven has removed them from power. Their influence is broken. Their manipulations have backfired. What they meant for evil, God is flipping into divine fuel for your glory. Archangel Michael has been in battles you didn't see. You were sleeping while he was fighting. You were weeping while he was pushing back forces that were scheduled to ruin your next season. But today, the war is won. That's why he's here now, not to fight, but to announce victory. And he weeps, not from sadness, but because he's seen your endurance, your loyalty to heaven, your blind faith when everything around you looked cursed. And now, he bows his head in honor, not as a god, but as a divine protector honoring the human who refused to give up. You are more powerful than you think. Not because of pride, but because God Himself whispered into your soul and you dared to believe it. You have no idea how rare that is. Many hear the whisper and reject it. You heard it and followed it even when it led you into valleys. And now, the same God who watched you walk through the fire is the God who's walking you into your favor. Listen. Listen with your soul. God says the next 8 days from this moment will reveal strange signs. You will hear a name repeated in unusual places. You will see a number that keeps following you. You will feel a strange sensation at the center of your chest when you walk into a room. That's not paranoia. That's not coincidence. That is divine alert. That is heaven saying, you are not alone. Someone is coming. Someone is watching. Someone is going to speak your name in a room you've never entered. And when your name is spoken, angels will stand behind it. But God says one more thing. He says this moment is a test of trust. You must not rush. You must not announce your every move. You must not return to what He already told you to walk away from. You are in a transition, and transitions require silence, discernment, and obedience. There are people who are still pretending to support you but secretly wishing for your delay. God says, don't expose them yet. I will expose them myself. Your job is to keep moving forward and stay clean. I will handle the rest. Michael says, you are about to receive a message that changes everything. It may be a text, a phone call, an unexpected meeting, or an encounter with a stranger. But it will not feel normal. Your spirit will recognize it. It will feel like déjà vu. That's because heaven wrote this moment long ago. It's not new. It's fulfillment. And you must not miss it. The enemy tried to use distraction to make you miss it. That's why chaos suddenly increased in your life recently. That's why relationships started breaking, why old wounds reopened, why anxiety tried to strangle you. It wasn't random. It was strategic, an attack to blind you from the open door. But it didn't work. You're still here. You're still standing. And now the enemy is panicking. Because what he thought would break you actually positioned you. What he used to destroy you, God is using to mark you. God says, you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not cursed. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are being refined. You are being aligned. And the moment is now. Today is not just the 8th of July. Today is the first day of the rest of your divine timeline. Today is the day the clocks of heaven align with the cries of your spirit. Today is the day you finally feel what your soul has always known, that something is coming, something is near, something is changing. And this time, you won't sabotage it. This time, you won't miss it. This time, you will walk into it fully aware, fully protected, and fully covered by heaven's hand. Archangel Michael stands beside you. His wings are extended. His sword is glowing. His eyes are soft with holy grief and holy celebration. He's seen it all. And now, he gives you this final message: it's done. The favor is released. The good news is coming. Just hold on. Just believe one more time. Just open your hands and receive. God says, what they said about you was a lie. What they did to you was unfair. But what I'm about to do through you will shock even your enemies. Heaven is watching. The stars are realigning. The tears are drying. The answers are being released. And it all begins with you saying, "Yes, Lord. I receive." You may feel unworthy. But heaven never based your blessing on your feelings. Heaven based it on God's love for you. And that love is unshakable. You may feel tired. But this blessing doesn't require your strength. It requires your surrender. Just surrender. Just whisper, "Amen," even if your voice trembles. Just trust that if Archangel Michael is crying out loud for you to open this message, then something must be serious. You are walking into a season where silence will speak louder than words, where absence will reveal loyalty, where sudden favor will confuse everyone who doubted you. And God says, when it happens, don't forget me. When they finally call you, remember who wrote your name into their heart. When they apologize, remember who kept your heart soft. When the money comes, remember who kept you when you had nothing. When love comes, remember who held you when all you had was loneliness. The news is coming. The person is arriving. The door is opening. And Archangel Michael is standing beside it, pointing at it, saying, "Go. Go now. It's time. I order you, yes, you, to open your life to what's been waiting. Don't delay. Don't doubt. Don't look back. This is your moment." Amen. God says, if your heart is still beating fast, it's because your spirit recognizes that everything is real. This isn't fantasy. This isn't fiction. What you just felt while reading the last message wasn't just emotion, it was activation. Heaven was stirring something deep inside you that had been asleep, dormant, buried under years of disappointment. And now Archangel Michael says, you've officially crossed a divine threshold, and there's no turning back. The moment you chose to keep reading, even when your doubts whispered, it's not for you, even when fear tried to drag you back into silence, something eternal opened. Something that had your name on it, sealed by God's own hand, hidden in a heavenly vault waiting for the precise moment. Today, July 8th. This message was scheduled an eternity long before your earthly struggles began. And even the forces of darkness couldn't stop it from reaching you. God says, you're about to witness how I defend my chosen ones. The people who mocked you, who laughed behind your back, who left you when you needed them most, watch how I will deal with them. Not through revenge, but through revelation. I will reveal your truth in such a powerful way that even your enemies will say, we were wrong about them. They will be forced to acknowledge what you knew deep inside, you were chosen. Archangel Michael is pacing now. His feet move in the unseen dimension, but his presence surrounds you. He's watching your heart closely. He wants to make sure you don't slip back into old patterns. He wants to make sure you don't allow toxic voices to drown out the divine clarity that's trying to reach you. Michael says, if they hurt you before, they will hurt you again. Cut the cord. Let go. Walk away. Trust heaven. There is a divine relocation happening in your life. Not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally. The things that used to tempt you will suddenly feel tasteless. The people you once chased after will start to fade. It's not depression. It's transition. Heaven is uprooting you from old soil and planting you in sacred ground. You don't belong in broken places anymore. You don't belong in begging circles anymore. You were born to sit at tables, not crawl for crumbs. God says, there's a person in your past who thought they buried you. They spoke words over you like poison, hoping it would crush your confidence. But what they didn't know is that you are divinely backed. Every curse they whispered is now returning to them sevenfold, not because of your revenge, but because heaven protects its anointed. You didn't have to fight back. God fought for you. And the judgment has already begun. What they did to you is now being exposed. Quietly. Powerfully. Permanently. The good news that's coming is bigger than money. It's bigger than a job. It's bigger than a relationship. It's a divine announcement. Something is about to be revealed publicly that heaven whispered to you privately years ago. You're going to remember this moment and say, I knew it. God told me. I just didn't know it would happen this soon. Yes, this soon. You were expecting it next year, maybe next month. But heaven has accelerated the timeline because of one reason, your last act of surrender. Do you remember what you gave up? That last decision that felt like death? That person you finally let go of, even though it ripped you apart? That time you chose integrity over opportunity? That was the moment. That act opened a divine floodgate. You may not have seen the results instantly, but heaven marked it. And now the blessing attached to that act is coming. Michael says there's a signature being written in your name in the spiritual realm. Someone is going to sign something on your behalf, a contract, a document, an agreement, and you didn't even ask for it. You didn't chase it. You didn't beg. But they're signing it because heaven whispered your name into their spirit. You're about to benefit from silent favor. Divine recommendation. A holy whisper that cannot be explained in human terms. But this will trigger two things, celebration and exposure. God says, be prepared. As the blessings begin to fall, so will the masks. People you thought were friends will begin to behave strangely. People who once ignored you will suddenly become interested. People who used to cheer for you will begin to compete. Don't panic. This is not a threat. It's a confirmation. A confirmation that you are finally walking in what was meant for you. You must now guard your peace like a treasure. Archangel Michael has shielded you for years. But now it is your job to protect what God is giving you. Not everyone should know your plans. Not every door is for you to knock on. Some are for you to wait on, because God is opening them Himself. There is a house waiting for you. A home, not just of bricks and walls, but of safety. Comfort. Healing. There's a place heaven wants to move you into where you can finally breathe again. where your nervous system calms, where your sleep is sweet, where your soul feels protected. And this home will be more than physical, it will be a space of divine rest, a territory of miracles. God says, you've wandered enough. You've survived enough. Now it's time to dwell. But this next season will also require something more from you, alignment. You must align your thoughts, words, and actions with faith, not fear. When the opportunity comes, you must say yes. When the call comes, you must answer. When the door opens, you must walk through it, even if your knees tremble. Archangel Michael says, stop looking for signs in the same places. The new sign is coming from a new place. Stop expecting people from your past to affirm your future. They're not a sign to where you're going. That's why they keep misunderstanding you. That's why they keep downplaying your growth. You've outgrown their language. You've outgrown their level. And heaven is proud of you for not shrinking to make them comfortable. God says, you will not die with your purpose trapped inside you. You will not die with your dreams still in your journal. I will perform what I promised you. Even if I have to break systems, shift governments, send angels in human form, I will do what I said. Because I am not a man that I should lie. And now God leans in closer, whispering something sacred. Your name is being spoken in a place where decisions are made. Someone powerful is thinking of you right now. They're researching you. They're intrigued. They don't know why. But I do. Because I placed your name in their dreams. And when they meet you, it will feel like destiny. Do not dismiss this moment. Do not forget what you just read. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the voice of heaven. Archangel Michael has said it clearly, loudly, urgently. I order you to open this now. Because he knows what's coming. He sees what you don't. He feels what you've suppressed. And he cries, not out of weakness, but out of divine love for the human who has been through so much, and still believes. You will be shocked at how quickly things begin to move now. Don't sabotage it with fear. Don't block it with overthinking. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for availability. Just show up. Just say yes. Just take the next step. Even if it's small. Even if you're scared. God says, I've seen the secret battles. I've seen the fake smiles. I've seen the spiritual attacks no one knew about. And I am proud of you. So proud. You didn't lose your light. You didn't lose your love. You didn't become like them. And now, I will raise you in front of them. There will be a conversation about you this week that shifts something major. Someone will ask your name in a room of influence. They will say, "What about them?" and that simple sentence will trigger a chain reaction. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to convince them. The Spirit of God will go before you. This is why Archangel Michael came. This is why you're still reading. Because heaven refused to let you miss what's coming. Now breathe. Receive. And prepare. Your name is being written in places you never imagined. And your life is never going to be the same again. Amen. God says, today, July 8th, Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. This message is not random. It was sent directly for you. It was formed in the realm of divine light and urgent protection. Archangel Michael has stood by your side through many storms, but today he stepped forward with his sword of fire, his shield of truth, and his voice trembling with divine power. He says, you must not delay. If you are reading this, heaven is already watching. The next few hours are sacred, and you are going to hear some good news, all because of your last act of faith, your last prayer, your last tear. Nothing goes unnoticed in the spiritual world. Heaven wants to remind you that you are safe. Even when your heart shakes, even when your nights feel endless and silent, God holds every thread of your life in His holy hands. There is nothing random about what is happening. Something powerful is about to unfold. You didn't miss it. You didn't fail. You didn't lose. You survived. And now, because of that endurance, because of your prayers whispered into the night, because of the times you refused to give up when it hurt the most, something is breaking in the spiritual realm. A curse is dissolving. A block is lifting. A door is swinging open. Archangel Michael says he's seen you cry silently. You looked at the ceiling asking, God, when? How long? Why me? And in those very moments, heaven was rearranging things. You didn't know it, but the moment you wept, angels were dispatched. They saw you being patient. They saw you walking away when you could have fought back. They saw you choosing peace when your name was slandered. They saw your quiet, invisible strength. And now, that invisible strength has become a divine signal in the realm of angels. A divine alarm has gone off, and Michael was the first to answer it. God says, this is not a coincidence. Today is marked. July 8th has a heavenly stamp over it. This is why you had to see this now. You are not just scrolling. You are being spiritually called to stand still and feel what is happening. God says you're not late, you're right on time for a divine moment. You are about to hear good news. Something that you thought was gone is returning. Something you thought was broken is being healed. Someone who turned away is being pulled by divine force back into your path, not for pain, but for closure, clarity, or completion. Archangel Michael says, you have fought battles no one knew about. You were under attack spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but you still stood. Now I will go before you. I will not allow those who attacked your name, your heart, your reputation, your peace, to prosper. Their cycle is closing. Your healing is beginning. Yes, Michael says, their words against you have been silenced in heaven. Their gossip has turned into judgment for themselves. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. God is moving in your finances. Do not panic over what you cannot control. Something is being released that was long held back. You will not live in confusion. A contract is coming. A call is coming. An opportunity is coming, and it will seem sudden, but it was written long ago. God says, "Do you trust me enough to open your hands? Do you believe that I can give you what no one else could? You are not forgotten. You are being elevated. Your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. Someone is mentioning you. Someone is recommending you. Someone is praying for you. Heaven has put you in the heart of the right person at the right time. You don't need to beg for attention, validation, or love. You are already chosen. What's meant for you is running toward you faster than your doubt can destroy it. That's why Michael says, open this now. Stop second-guessing what you prayed for. God is removing someone from your life, not to hurt you, but to protect your purpose. Some relationships are ending. Some people are pulling away. Let them. God has heard conversations behind closed doors. He has seen betrayals hidden behind smiles. You don't need to fight for what is no longer connected to your destiny. Michael says, I have cut a spiritual cord. You will not be drained anymore. You will not be manipulated. You will not be used. Rest now, warrior. God has seen it all. Your family line is changing. You are the chain breaker. The generational pattern ends with you. You will not repeat the cycles of those who came before you. You will not live in lack, limitation, or fear. God says, because you chose to believe in me, even when it made no sense, I will now send an outpouring of favor over your house. I will turn your pain into a platform, your losses into lessons, your delays into divine timing. What you thought was rejection was actually my redirection. Someone is going to reach out to you. Watch how suddenly it happens. A message. A gift. An apology. A divine opportunity. Something is coming that will bring clarity. Don't run from it. Don't dismiss it. God says, your spirit will know when it's me. Archangel Michael will confirm it through signs, numbers, dreams, names, or even silence that feels heavy with divine presence. Pay attention. This week, especially today, heaven is unusually close. Do not fear what's coming. You are protected. No weapon formed against you will prosper, not one. Michael has drawn a spiritual line. Nothing demonic can cross it. Your children are covered. Your mind is covered. Your finances are covered. Your destiny is sealed. You will not fail. You are not too late. You are not too broken. God still wants to use you. And He's about to show you why He never let certain things work out before. Because He had something better. Something stable. Something pure. Something that would honor your spirit, not drain it. There is healing coming to your body. There's a breakthrough coming in your health. The tiredness, the emotional exhaustion, the chronic stress, it is lifting. God is restoring your energy. He's restoring your sleep. He's restoring your mind. You are about to feel peace again. And it won't be temporary. It won't be fake. It will be holy peace, the kind that surpasses understanding. God says, I know it's been hard. I know people gave up on you. I know you've made mistakes. But you never stopped reaching for me. Even if you only whispered my name, I heard you. And now He says, it's my turn to show you what my love looks like when it shows up with fire, with favor, and with force. There is nothing you've lost that I can't restore. There's nothing broken that I can't remake. There's no delay that I can't redeem. So today, July 8th, you stand at a divine doorway. You didn't come this far to give up. You didn't suffer this much just to be forgotten. This is your confirmation. Not just words, but a vibration of heaven reaching you. Archangel Michael says, I am with you now. Watch what happens next. And when it happens, when the email comes, when the money appears, when the right person shows up, when the light breaks into your room at the exact moment you were about to quit, you'll remember this. You'll say, God, you remembered me. And He will whisper, I never forgot. I was just waiting for the right time to bless you, so no one could take credit for it. Now breathe. Close your eyes for a moment. Place your hand over your heart. And repeat this, I am safe. I am chosen. I am divinely protected. I trust God. I welcome my breakthrough. You are not alone. You never were. The entire heaven has been waiting for this exact moment for you to believe again. Now go. Live like the miracle has already happened. Because it has. It's just about to appear. God says, don't look around for signs from people who don't understand what I'm doing in your life. Don't expect applause from those who were never assigned to your journey. This moment is not for them. It's for you. For your spirit. For your heart that has been aching in secret. For your nights when you stared at the ceiling, whispering, God, I'm trying. I'm really trying. And God heard it. Heaven recorded it. Every cry. Every unanswered message. Every betrayal you swallowed quietly. Every moment you said, "It's okay," when it really wasn't. God marked them all, and now heaven is moving in your favor. Archangel Michael says this is no longer about survival. This is about the reward for your soul's endurance. You carried burdens you didn't deserve. You lost time you can't get back. But God can restore time. He can return what was stolen. He can bring you peace where you once had pain. He says, "Enough suffering. Enough wandering. I am anchoring you now. I am settling things. I am placing you where you belong. And where you belong, no enemy can remove you from it. No lie can erase it. No delay can cancel it. What God is opening now is untouchable. That situation you thought would destroy you, it's turning around. That person you thought you lost forever, God is either removing them for protection or restoring them with purpose. There is no middle ground now. The line between what is meant for you and what is not is becoming clear. That's why it hurts. That's why people are acting strangely. That's why things are shifting. Don't panic. Don't try to hold together what God is pulling apart. Let Him do it. Let Him finish what He started. God says, you're being set apart, not rejected. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. The doors that closed were never meant to hold your destiny. They were distractions. They were delays. But you, beloved, are too important to let fall into the wrong hands. That's why it seemed like you were stuck. You weren't stuck, you were being protected in stillness until it was safe to move again. Now the light is green. Now the signal has come. Now the chains are broken. Archangel Michael says, I am placing a sword between you and every evil plan. I am canceling assignments of jealousy, hatred, manipulation, and betrayal. They will not prosper. You will not fall. You will not be touched. You will not lose again like before. There's a blessing that has your name on it, and it was held back, not denied, just held, waiting for the right moment. And that moment is now. You didn't miss it. You were being prepared for it. God knows the weight you carry. The invisible pressure. The fear of the unknown. The way your heart races at night, wondering, what if nothing changes? But something already is. Right now. Because you stopped scrolling. Because you opened this message. Because heaven aligned this moment in the spiritual realm to catch your attention and lift your spirit before you slipped again into sadness. If you believe in God, type Amen. Subscribe for more.